Yes. So before we begin, we'd like to note that in our further presentations, whenever we mention Netflix, we're referring to all online streaming platforms. Now let's begin with why we're doing what we're doing, what the problem is. So Netflix has replaced traditional TV and has made binge watching a way of life. So people use it like an escape mechanism, and COVID-19 has of course made the situation a lot worse. With isolation, people have made Netflix their next best friend. It has replaced the hours people devoted to fitness, socializing, and sleeping. And according to health experts, binge watching is affecting people's cardiovascular system, their vision, socialization, sleep patterns, etc., all of which can lead to other problems. And this is just the individual impact of the issue. The global impact is that streaming on platforms like Netflix contributes up to 4,000 tons of CO2 emissions every minute. And a report suggested that global lockdown has resulted in an 85% increase in online streaming, raising concerns of digital carbon footprints increasing globally. So this is what we are planning to do about it. We present you an app for parents to help their children control the Netflix effect, and in some cases, the addiction. So here is how it works. There are two kinds of accounts that people can make on our app. One is the user account, one is the observer account. The observer account is mostly for parents. So you download the app, you make the account, and then from the observer account, you send a request to the Netflix account of your child via email, and you ask them to monitor the hours that the child spends on Netflix. Once the child accepts the request, the app will automatically be downloaded on the child's device. Then the child will make a user account for the same on that app. Then for the next 30 days, the observer or parent will get an analysis of the time the child spent on Netflix. After that, the observer will get the option to set an ultimate goal. Like if the in 30 days, if the average daily time usage in Netflix comes about 8 hours, but the parent wants it to be not more than 1 hour a day, so they'll fix that ultimate goal, and the child has to accept that goal via the app itself. Now to achieve that, we will gradually reduce the Netflix time. We like if it's 8 hours in the first month, the next month the upper limit will be 7 hours, then 6, and so on. So, and after you reach the upper limit, if the child reaches the upper limit, the child will be logged out of the app itself and will earn some points for saving that 1 hour. And these points will, at the end, they will accumulate, and we will reach certain targets like 500 points, 1000 points, etc. And at those levels, the child will be eligible for some kind of gift vouchers or cash rewards or something. And for that, every level will provide a better incentive at the next level. Like if at 500 points you're getting 5% off at a spa facility, then it will also say that if you wait and earn 1000 points, you will get 15% off from the same place. So this is to incentivize them to keep reducing their time. And if they reduce less than more than 1 hour in a day, if they watch less than their allowed limit, then they'll get more points for that. The second account is the user account. This is for people who are self-motivated and they individually want to control their Netflix addiction, and they don't need an observer account for the same. The working of the account works the same like it did for the child in the previous situation. So the features are basically an observer account, a user account, the incentives you're providing, and the analysis and daily reports. Now let's look at the industry outlook for the same. In the screen time reducing industry, they take into account the overall screen time and no specific screen time. This is not ideal since classes and work these days are also online. And the customers in this segment have to be self-motivated to reduce their screen time, which is not the case with most children. The apps in this industry only provide the screen time analysis, and sometimes they may forcefully just like lock you out of the app to reduce the screen time, and that's it. There are no incentives for the same. And also these apps are device centric and not account centric. This is how we plan to overcome all these issues. We specifically target the screen time devoted to entertainment platforms like Netflix. We will enable parents to encourage their children to reduce the time spent on Netflix, even if the child doesn't realize the harmful effects of binge watching and doesn't want to stop. We will provide material incentives to encourage the children to willfully reduce their Netflix time. They will earn points which will make them eligible for rewards, which will bring a sense of accomplishment in the child. And most importantly, we will focus on the entire Netflix account and not just the device it's being used on. So if the child is using it on his or her phone, laptop, iPad, the time is still being counted. This is our marketing plan. We will use social media and circulate case studies and stories to bring people's attention to the issue. We will also collaborate with NGOs to spread awareness about the problem. The more and more parents who know about this problem, the more they will look for a solution. Second, we will begin by hosting webinars for parents sponsored by schools. We will explain the problem, its impact, and then provide our app as a solution. Schools are a major part of our marketing campaign. They will spread the awareness about the problem to the students and parents alike. Our target audience, our customers, there will be parents whose children are teenagers from 12 to 18 years of age. Now let's talk about the finances. Our startup cost is 12,50,000, which includes production, marketing, and operational cost for 1 year. We plan to raise this money from angel investors, our personal capital, and securing a loan for the remaining capital. Our revenue model is as follows. We will work on advertisement contracts. We will enter into a contract with companies whose products we will give as gifts to our users as and when they reach certain levels. So by association with our cause, these companies generate value for themselves. They are advertising themselves. So we will charge a fee for the same. Second is the subscriptions. We will charge a monthly subscription after 3 months of use. This fee will be applicable to the user and observer accounts separately. The user subscription will be 100 rupees a month, while the observer subscription will be 40 rupees a month. This is the timeline of our entire project. For the first 3 months, app development and marketing. Next 1 month, the initial customers will use the app for monitoring, the first 30-day period, which is there. The next 2 months, the free usage of the app. And after that, paid subscription for the app. Here are our milestones for national, Asia Pacific, and international expansion. This is our SWOT analysis. Our strength is that we are entering a blue ocean market. The idea is very unique and no substitute for this is there. The parent motivation to reduce the Netflix effect is also there. The weakness is the lack of awareness about the problem. The threats are lack of support from CSR projects in government and probably the company Netflix itself. The opportunities are we have the first mover advantage. We can get the support from the government because this helps reduce carbon emissions. The timing of our project is perfect because of COVID-19 and the exacerbated Netflix use. And in future, we can monetize the data as well because our data in itself will be one of its kind and unique. We cover SDG 13 and 3, which is climate action, good health and well-being.